Good morning, everybody. Today is supposed to be, I say that in sarcasm, cloudy and mid-50s. Right now we're at 36 degrees. And we're getting these guys out separately so they can each get the laps. But the sun is shining. Boy, that thing really does bring it down. I'm telling you. I think I got my settings now to run both cameras and not have such an issue. I took out 0 the highlights on both and negative 15 on shadows, and I forget what the other one is. So anybody that wants to go back the day I was talking about where the dog came out to see us, I can't even tell you what kind of dog that is. Maybe you guys can tell me. Stop. There's traffic. You don't do stupid things, Priya. Stop. I'm talking. You stop. You do your business. It's 8/17/21. Oh, he's almost 2 years old. So, but almost looks like Jamie, but it's not, because he doesn't have that kind of dog, and he doesn't live here. So, come on, let's go. Yeah. I tried to download the video. The problem is I did it as a web link instead of, which is 4K. Otherwise, it'd been 1080. So I didn't bother. And do a separate thing. It was a cute dog, and Mateo was the one that was the mean one in the whole situation. He didn't like the situation. So I can't blame him. I just can't believe it was that long ago. So that would have been like the iPhone 12, and the picture quality is like, holy crap. The other thing I was laughing about is when we got to the bridge, because that's as far as we went that day, because I think I had to go to work, and Terry was getting ready to lay down. When we get to the bridge, I said the same thing. I really wish this path went closer to the stream than it did over here. I'm like, I guess that's a thought in my mind all the time. Well, I mean, I like walking along, like, you know, streams and stuff. It's just more picturesque for my brain, so that's why I'm always trying to find places that have some sort of water, because it just, I don't know, just gives you something more to see than, you know, nothingness. And yesterday was kind of drab. The other one was August, so grass was green, flowers were blooming, so it was a little more to see. But yesterday, I mean, we had a good walk. We pushed 4 miles on that one, and we did pretty good time, I thought. So, and everybody got to do their business and whatnot, and got some exercise out of the deal. It's always good for you. Yeah, she's in super sniff mode this morning. She's actually in the Husky's yard right now a little bit. So you can get out this far. I'm sure she's sniffing him. So looking at the ShiftCam, the rails on it, there is a spot where you can, there's a couple holes, because there's different options for little inserts for different size phones. I'm kind of wondering if there's not a way I can kind of create a button so that I can actually hit both of my quick launch keys for the still camera or for the video camera, because it would make things a little bit easier. Right now I have to kind of slide it forward, kind of hit the lock button, put my pin in to bring up video mode, which that makes you miss a shot. So I'm going to try to create something. The only problem is I don't want to mess up, because that actually locks the rails, the rubber rails in. You don't want to mess that up, because where the video button is, it would. Real quick, see where that hole? I could enter some sort of like little button type thing that would access the still camera. But where that long slice is, that's where the little rubber rail hooks into, but that's also somewhere in there is where the video button launch is on this thing, because it's got 2 quick launch buttons plus the shutter button. So if I could figure a way to put a button type thing in there, even use the the rail as a way to push it down just to launch the camera, make things a little bit easier, because when you're pushed all the way in, accessing the thumbprint reader, it's kind of a struggle with this. But like I mentioned, the and see, this is also what I'm talking about too, because I don't know if you can see, Let me get out of the shade. Okay, so yeah, my 50mm camera is buried underneath there right now. See it? Back in there. And there's the monster camera. So, but, I mean, for the most part, this system works really well. Again, I don't have the handle on it. But, honestly, if I'm doing, like, really big things, it might be worth it. But this works for just normal vlogging like I've been doing with the iPhone. So, it's just kind of the same kind of zooming situation I have. As you guys know me, I'm always looking for another way to figure out something new. I don't want to mess up the ShiftCam at all because this is the brand new one. Maybe I'll mess around with the other one, and at some point in time I really would like to order the new strap for that one. I don't think I'm going to order the whole strap. They have two different kits. They have one that's like, they make like a lanyard for it, which for this system I don't think would be the greatest thing in the world, but they have it. But they have, you know, the whole strap, it's like $20. It's 20 versus 40, yeah. So it's a $20 difference between getting the whole new leather strap, which I don't need the strap. I just need the little thread-in piece that snapped off for the underneath. And at some point I'll invest. Maybe now, because I did get my bonus this check, which I was kind of shocked because when I looked the other day, it was not supposed to be there. And it is. So I actually looked at my paycheck and it was not there. So very, very pleasantly surprised this morning when I got on my bank account. Oh, good. I didn't hear it because of the garbage stuff. Yeah, a lot of the YouTubers are really pushing the DJI microphones. You guys can tell they're always talking about the Rode Wireless Go 2. I've already invested $600 on these things because I have two sets. And unfortunately with the DJIs, at least with the iPhone, I don't know about the Android, but you can only use one of the receivers, the transmitters. I can never figure out which is which. Which is transmitter, which is the receiver is the one on the top. So the microphones, you can only use mono with the iPhone, with the plug-in. That's why I don't know if they do a digital style, because I can never find any information out about them. And they're salty. It's another 300 plus, I think, for those. So I like my Rodes, and I have this set up the way I like it. Shotgun mics. So it's all in user preference, I think. But I really do ShiftCam. Anybody that's going to do, even photography, you know, Mike's kind of kicking himself that he didn't go with the Pro Grip over the Snap Grip. Because, this, I mean, for taking photos with the Snap Grip, that's fine. That's fine. But when you're trying to do this, trying to hold it, you need that extra piece of handle. And you get two batteries instead of one in this one. So, it's just simple things I've learned. So I'll make sure I capture this sky. It is so nice out this morning. No wind. I honestly wouldn't need the microphones with this phone. This thing's pretty impressive, audio-wise. Hey, good job, buddy. All right, one more shot of this beautiful sky. I just love these clouds. Looks so cool. So the one thing I'm really taking notice to in my shots that I need to take in consideration is how much wider the Sony shoots. I think it's a true 24mm in video, whereas I think the iPhone actually crops in maybe 2. Maybe more, as I'm noticing the shot is just quite a bit wider, which pulls you away from the subject and kind of changes the clarity of what you're looking at between the two. Personally, the display on the iPhone for seeing what you're filming is better too. Even though I have this thing running, I think at full blast on the brightness, it's still very difficult sometimes to see what I'm getting. But the one thing I've honestly had yet to use it is the vlog monitor. It just, because it, like I said earlier, it shuts the display off on the phone. So if I'm filming them, I don't know where I'm aiming because the display on the camera is gone. It's only on the external. And honestly, lining yourself up with these cameras, it's not hard, especially with how wide this thing shoots. So I think that's some of the thing I'm trying to get used to is. And once the video kind of renders, I mean, initially when it goes into Final Cut, it has to take that one, you know, it has to do all those color corrections and the exposure corrections, HDR, and then you really get an idea of the quality. I still think it's so close. I don't know that it's better or worse than the iPhone, it's close. One way or the other. I am kind of impressed there. See, I do see the green dot though. That glass lens is not stopping the little green dot. Sorry, as we get away from the sun, green dot goes away. You can just get a nice shot. This is where the ShiftCam comes in handy too, because you have such a steady grip on it. Doing pan shots. So great. I wish I was sponsored by them. Because as I mentioned before, if ShiftCam were to either get with DJI and work with the Nemo app, I mean it works, but if you could put the zoom lever on the Pro Grip too, create an app that you can zoom, use ProRes for the iPhone, oh man, you'd have a juggernaut of a system. And the fact that this has zoom capability,
45 seconds per mile.
It could be a lot of fun. Again, my brain just turned on, so I just added a new fingerprint that I can unlock the phone easier with when I'm using it in the ShiftCam. Because I keep hitting it with the same, my pointer finger. So on my left hand, I just programmed that one in. So I have this thumb, and I have my pointer finger on my left hand, so when I'm doing this, I can unlock the phone a lot easier. And if I leave it in camera mode, it'll automatically launch in that, so that'll speed things up a little bit too. Sometimes you just gotta think things through. I still kind of want to be able to access the quick launch buttons, but like I said, I don't want to destroy or damage my ShiftCam. Yeah, we still got to pull it out just a teeniest little bit, but yep, right back launched into the video camera as long as that's still open. Voila! Might just put a little blockade in there to keep it out far enough that I can access it easy, and I think I still have my 50 mil. Let me check. Yep, it's right there with my 50 mil. Okay. So I think we have a solution. That's kind of cool. Just put a little something that I can stick in there so the thing can't go back any further, and we're good to go. I just use the restroom at the parts place while we're getting inspected. It's like a freaking horror movie. Double entry? It's just creepy. Back home from getting her car inspected. That was 2 hours of my life gone. Because it is now after lunch. It's noon. So I walked out the door at 11:54 when the meeting, I never was going to make that anyway. So it got a little windier now, but it's still super pretty outside. Hasn't quite gotten up into the 50s yet. I think it might be getting up in the 40s maybe, I don't know. So I'm just taking these guys for a little walk, gonna check the mailbox. And then we're gonna head to Sam's and Target. I think Target first, honestly. Ooh, I do have a gift card. Do I want to get my Americana? That might be an option. So, yeah. Eventually later on, probably take him over south side, I think. Just take us for a normal walk and call it a day here. But can't waste this beautiful, beautiful weather. This is just gorgeous outside. Cannot waste this. So, take it when you can get it at this time of year. Alright, another dainty task over with. Come on, go pee! Gotta go potties! Gotta go potties! Go pee-pees! Oh man, Sam's Club and Target. Target wasn't too bad, that was like under 20 bucks. Sam's Club was closer to 280. Yeah, and we didn't even get cat litter or cat food. Yeah, that was $60 in itself, and we didn't even get it, so it would have been well over $300 how we got everything. Of course, I probably would have cut some other things out because that would have taken the spot, so. I got myself some protein drinks for work as my supplement to eat. And I got myself some sea salt roasted cashews. Or no, almonds. So, here we go for another puppy walk. Quick. Come on, Bria. Yeah, the puppy's going for his own walk. Come on. Come on. Bassett. Let's go. Come on. Keep moving. Yeah, it's starting to get cloudy now. That's what they called for earlier. You know what? This might be a good ultra-wide shot. Got home, we got pizzas, And a couple slices of pizza. I just like leaning back on the recliner for a second. Next thing I know, it's like 2 hours later. So I think closer to 3, because it's 5:30. And I thought I was updating the Ultra watch, and here it was trying to update the Apple Watch 6, which was not on the charge. So right now the Ultra's updating, and the iPhone's not even with me. So, Sony, don't let me down, buddy. Come on, Chris. Oh, actually, you know, I was going to take him down for a little bit further. It's actually got quite nice. It's in the 50s, I believe. I'm not going to be able to see on that one. But it was 53 when we were a while earlier. Just didn't feel like going anywhere after being out this morning and then out tonight, or this afternoon. So, yeah, just taking full walks around here. A couple weeks ago, I showed you that pothole. This one has now started opening up. The maintenance guy actually marked it. He marked these 3. But see, this is the problem. So that one there, this one here kicks you out even further into the road, over into the oncoming lane. And then the oncoming lane's got that one down there, throwing them over. So this is like, you know, designated for head-on collision time. This is actually breaking up along the curb here too. Yeah. One day I'll get this fixed. There's got enough of a lip there. That thing could, you know, hit that wrong with a bad tire. Goodbye, tire. What you doing, princess? We haven't ventured down here in a while. What you sniffing? No. Yeah. That one is definitely pulling itself out of the ground. I don't think it's big enough to get over to there, but definitely pulling out. Hold on, I'm gonna definitely take a photo of that. Interrupted Mateo having dinner. Oh, you don't worry about that other puppy, Mateo. Yeah, I walk in and he's munching down, and she's like, "Oh crap!" So she gotta hurry up and get Priya's ready. It's okay, because I needed a drink in the worst way. My mouth got so dry on that walk for some reason. I think it's from my nap. Wake up and then it's like, I didn't even think about it. Made a pot of Folgers coffee. I gotta try that. Terry said that, well, she tried to pour it before it was fully brewed, so it was at like extra strength. I don't know, maybe the Folgers a little bit stronger than the McDonald's? I don't know. I could care less if he takes the longer walks. I'm just gonna take him on normal. As you saw, I did shoot some photos. Cardinal is out. I don't know how good those photos came out from the Samsung. Another thing I was watching is someone pit a 100 megapixel camera versus the 200 megapixel Samsung. That's just gimmicking. It's just a joke. It's nowhere near the quality. It's like, come on, quit trying to be like, oh, we're so much better than Apple. Half the time pictures don't even come out that good. And come find out that they're only in JPEG, they're not in RAW. Cool. You can actually quick launch from the photo camera to the video camera. I'm not running anything on this right now. This is just the phone itself. But yeah, when you're in, that's kind of why I'd like to have these buttons released so I could have them in the ShiftCam. Make things a little bit easier for myself. But it's not the end of the world. It just takes me a little more time, and there's going to be things I probably missed because of it. Come on, little dude. Let's go. Looks like I gotta pee. Alright, one last outing for the night. I'm not even going to shoot the sky because that didn't work last night. I can see it in the monitor, but unfortunately, like, I can see stars and everything right now, but when I actually put it in the editor, couldn't see crap. So, anywho, good girl. Now brother go, and we're good for the night. Just got done watching The Last of Us, we're trying to get that finished up. I think that's done. We got, I think, 3 more episodes to go. So, it's not a bad show. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's good. It's just when every time we sit down to eat dinner, they were blowing people up and killing people, and it's not good dinner TV. So, all right. Thanks for watching. See you in the morning. Have a